Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be all about truck bed organization. I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done to improve the way that I travel the back roads and what you have to have and what you really need to be prepared for what ifs. So let's go to the truck. Let's take a look. It's pretty windy out there, so bear with me, and I'll put a couple of links down below for things that maybe you might want to try to build yourself, like the shelving on the sides. And let's get to it right now. So let's start off right here. So this is typically how I would go on a little bit of a trip up to my camp in Northern Ontario. Is I'd have a jug of diesel, a jug of gasoline, and these two crates here would be filled with stuff for my travels up. I got a little bit of space on either side, and I have these boxes on the side. Now most of you that have pickup trucks, well, that's kind of wasted space, right? Just sitting on top of where the tires would be. So let's just take a look and see some of the stuff that I have. So we'll start off right here. This is my rope. I always carry my rope, and that's an interesting rope. It's a, if you wonder what these are for here, this is to make sure that you can do all kinds of knots and never have your rope all knotted up to the point where you can't even use it no more. You got to cut it off. So that's an interesting thing there. So let's go inside. Let's take a look at these boxes that I made that go over top of the wheel wells, and you can see in there what I've got is all these different containers on this side because the wind's blowing it up there. So let's take a look and let's see what I travel the highways with. So sitting over top of the wheel wells here, that's a lot of wasted space. So I'll show you in the first container is my ratchet straps and some spare bungee cords, some zip ties. And the next one there is my battery booster. And over here is my battery tester. I've got a small little code reader. And that's pretty much it. And everything fits in there nice and neat. So let's go over to the other side. Okay, so over on this side here, you can see how that's designed a bit there. And we'll start off with my rope, and then I've got my funnel for putting fuel in the truck. You got to have one of these special funnels for these capless fuel tanks. So I got my little bit of a toolbox there with a variety of tools that you would need. And then I've got this. So let's take a look at this and see, why do I carry this and what's in it? Okay, there we go right there. A couple of 20-volt batteries, my impact driver. I got a bunch of sockets down here, my Sawzall, and I got my Sawzall kit with a whole bunch of blades in there. And let's go in the shop and I'll explain why I have this and why it's so good to carry and why I have the rope. Okay, so let's start off with the rope. So why do I carry a rope? For most people, you're thinking, okay, to pull yourself out of the ditch or somebody else out of the ditch. No. I've learned my lessons over the years. I always carry a rope, and I make sure that I have some way of getting trees off the road. Because if you travel a lot of back roads like I do, well, you'd be surprised the amount of times that trees fall on the road, block your way. A lot of times I can just put a rope on, pull it off. And inside the bag there for the impact driver, for just changing a tire if you happen to get a flat or something, well, I'll tell you, the impact gun's sure a lot better than the kit that they provide in the truck. So I go with that. And you're wondering, why do I carry a Sawzall? Well, I carry a Sawzall because I've been in the particular situation where a tree will fall down over top of the road, but the stump is blocked in between two other trees. So when you try and pull it, it just binds and you can't pull it off the road. So, thus, the Sawzall. It's a lot better than one of these electric chainsaws, in my opinion, because far more compact. I can just put it in there. I got a nice wood blade. I can cut the branches off, and for sure enough at the end of a tree that I could cut off to drive my truck through. Because, you know, it's not like I got to cut through a stump like this. I'm just cutting through branches so I can drive my truck around. So I just thought I'd show this little bit of a tip on some stuff that you could actually design to go over top of the wheel wells like I did. Like I said, I put a link down below if you want to make one of them boxes yourself, and I showed how I did it. It's so easy to do, and you know, when you're thinking about the space that's left in your truck, I still have all the space that most people would actually need for a pickup truck, and these little service boxes on the top, They don't get in the way of anything. So thanks very much for joining me here today. Come back again. If you've never seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe and see some interesting things that I do and show every week. Cheers.